Hello, everyone. I promised to make a video about my experience selling on Amazon. I've been selling for the last 3 years, and about a month ago, my account got deactivated. And a lot of you are probably wanting to know what my experience was like and how I was able to get my account re enabled. I wouldn't say it was an easy path, I almost gave up, but uh, I was able to get my account back, and this is pretty much the scenario of how I had my account deactivated and then reactivated. And I'll share exactly kind of what happened and what you guys can do. Um, I wanted to get help from some of the professional services out there, but I don't have funds right now for that because my business is still pretty much small and we don't have the capital to cover those. So I had to um, kind of figure it out. But I did had some clues, and I think you will also be able to give it a try, whether you paid for a service or not. If you did everything as best you could to follow what Amazon wants us to do as Amazon sellers, as third party Amazon sellers, then you have a chance of getting your account back. Uh, it's just kind of frustrating the things that we have to go through, but if you're serious about continuing your business and getting your account back, this is one way of doing it. It might not apply to you because your situation might be different, but this is one way of doing it, okay? So let's get to it. So on July 26th, I received this email, and this is about uh, a complaint I received about last year, December, around December of last year. And I got this product from a legitimate distributor, and um, it came with a pack of 72, so I had to repack this item into packs of 12. And and somehow, um, the initial people that you deal with Amazon, when they review these things, it just somehow doesn't get to them, or I really don't know why this process is so difficult. But anyway, uh, I picked up the items myself from the warehouse of the distributor, and you could see in my invoice that it was a pickup. It had all those items listed there, and the receipts, the um, bank, the card that I use, and the statement. And I provided all the documentation I could provide, but somehow it's not enough. But anyway, um, so when I got this, um, there was a virtual interview on July 26th. I tried to get it. I don't know when I did that interview. I think the same day or the next day, but I did it right away. And I did get that interview. They asked all their questions. I answered all their questions as much as I could. And then they're asking for these documentation, right? And so I sent it to them, everything that I could. I mean, um, not everything is relevant here because I didn't import the items. I bought the items from a distributor that imported it, that did all the customs paperwork and everything legit. And this is the ASIN that triggered this, including the quantity. So I said I tried to even like do the math for them, that kind of covered enough of those quantities, and it's like it's like going to deaf ears, or like you're at the mercy of whoever's receiving your communication. But at least they're logging everything, I think, and that's a good thing, that you're doing everything you can, you're trying to explain as best you can, and even though you know that it's probably not your fault, that you're doing everything legit, just because someone made a complaint, and someone from Amazon's end just doesn't quite get it, because they probably deal with different situations, different scenarios, different types of contexts of these situations. So I wouldn't blame them, but it just is frustrating sometimes. So, oh yeah, looks like I did do the video interview the same day, 7:26, and now they're saying, okay, we need to get these items to complete verifying and whatever. Um, so I did, I had government ID, I had a bank statement that I used. Well, initially a different bank account, but then eventually sent them the same one, including the statement back in December 2023 that actually showed the purchase. I sent my DBA. A little bit later, I sent my seller's registration in California, the invoice and the receipt. Proof of delivery was a pickup, so there's no like shipping, but it probably wouldn't even matter to whoever's looking at this initial appeal responses that you submit. Right. So now August 2, right? So they say, I mean, I sent all those documents, and it's like they're not really telling you why they still need these things. So frustrating every time you try to communicate. It's like you try to explain here, everything's legit from a legit distributor. Why don't you call them? The information's here. They're a legitimate distributor of these items, and it's like nothing, no explanation. They just keep sending you these things like, oh, we need more of these information. So August 2, I sent an appeal finally directly from the seller account. I said initially, I just don't know if they received the documents, looking for confirmation. And then I get the response, same response back. Say, thank you for your call. We need these items again, which I already provided, and even kind of highlighted things for them. And then get a response saying the same thing, pretty much stuff that I already sent in. August 9, same thing, same crap. You know, it's like, what's the point? It's like you keep on repeating yourself, sending the same documentation, them still saying, we need these things. Now they're saying we need authorization from the brand, screenshot, shipping confirmation for this ASIN. Uh, it is tiring sometimes. So, there's points when I'm like, I should just give up. I can't do this business where anytime you could just be shut down just like that, even though you did everything correctly. Um, and you're not, and this isn't even retail arbitrage where I just have a receipt. This came from a distributor, I had an invoice, and they keep on repeating themselves, which I gave them the invoice from the supplier. Now on August 16, 2 3 weeks after the initial shutdown, they said, yep, they reviewed it, but your your account is still suspended according to section 3. Same thing. It's like same information I provide them. And then I followed up on the appeal in Seller Central and did no good. All right, so here we are now, August 29. I finally got this email from Amazon. We have reviewed your information that you provided and have decided to reactivate your seller account. We have enabled your FBA shipment creation ability. Furthermore, we have removed the hold on your funds. We will disburse your available funds on the next settlement date. If you have questions, contact disbursement appeals at amazon.com. So, um, my account health was at 200, because I'm still starting out. But, it's like the base, the starting healthy account, nothing crazy going on. Um, but I went through that emotional roller coaster from Amazon. Now, how did I do it? After going back and forth and receiving the same response over and over again, it's crazy. I don't know how stubborn you'd have to be to not give up on your account. You've worked so hard, this past 3 years. I've learned a lot. I've grown the account. You've unlocked brands. You've invested in just unlocking, ungating, um, going through the whole process, and for your Amazon seller account to be suspended, it's not a good feeling, you know. But at least you haven't invested millions of dollars. But still, the time, effort, and the your hope of growing your Amazon account and being able to use that as kind of a side hustle, side business as you do your other things. Um, but anyway, this is what happened, and finally got through that. I think experience that would really make you a stronger Amazon seller. Um, if you look at it on a positive side, right? Um, you learn, and you know the risk, and you know that it's something you have to deal with. But just give it your best, and try to follow regulations as much as you can. Document your sources, your sourcing, because anytime someone can put a complaint and it could shut your account down, even if you did everything properly. You know Retail arbitrage with just receipts will be trickier, but you still try your best. Purchase your supplies from legitimate sources, and try to be as organized as possible. And that's what I'm going to do now. Also, I'll try to spend more time with the administrative side of this business and not just focus on sourcing, because this could really impact your business. I mean, one day Amazon just shuts you down. You know, um, Not a good business model, but it is a good avenue, and you just have to realize that anytime you could be shut down. And whether you hire consultants, professional services to help you deal with that, that is up to you, but that is going to cost you a premium. And when you're just starting out, you just don't have the capital for that. Your cash flow will not allow for you to spend on legal services. So this is what I did. I did seek assistance or referral from people that I trust in this business, and they referred Riverband, and I got a phone call from them. I told them the situation, and then they told me how much it was going to cost, and told me what my situation was, and that there was still hope. They said that I barely scratched the surface. and the appeals process. And so, um, unfortunately, I could not cover the fees. Be prepared if you do need help and want to engage them. They seem like a um, legitimate company to work with, and if you have the funds and your Amazon business has enough cash flow capital to do it, and there's a lot of funds pending in your account, and you have a lot of inventory stuck because you were shut down, then it's probably worth it. um, I don't know how much they will quote you, but for me, they said $3,000, and $3,000 is a lot. That's uh, that's just too much for me for my current level of operation in Amazon. So I said thank you, and I didn't know what to do, but luckily. Um, we're right in the middle of this AI revolution, and more and more I've been using AI, ChatGPT, Copilot ones. You know, I don't know. I think they're still a work in progress. The results that I seem to trust more what is in ChatGPT, and so I went to ChatGPT and I said like, hey, how do I raise my appeal in Amazon. I've already tried it. I'm not sure exactly what I said, but the idea was, who do I send my appeal to in Amazon? And then ChatGPT said, okay, this is how you do it. This is how you try to appeal the process. And they gave me some email accounts that I could try to send the appeal to. And so this is what I wrote. I said, Dear Amazon, I'm writing to you today because I seek assistance in reactivating my account that was deactivated by mistake. I have sourced my items from a direct distributor of the product in question, but the people that have been reviewing my appeal do not seem to understand the situation. I am committed to doing everything according to Amazon rules because I also want what is best for the customer. Any advice or feedback would be greatly appreciated. At least maybe point me in the right direction. Sincerely. Okay. I sent that to all the emails that ChatGPT was able to provide me. And these are the email accounts that I sent to. I'm not sure which one of them uh, is the correct email that eventually got the right person to review my account and get it reactivated, because I've already provided everything, kept on sending information after information. And after that, it was what eventually got my account back. It was what led me to this email that started a process of them clearing my account and putting it back. Um, and so I hope that helps helps you guys out there that's in the middle of trying to get your Amazon accounts reactivated. I know it's not easy. It's not an easy business, but it's still a good business today, and you just have to be aware of the risks involved. So um, these are the email accounts again, um, and you'll probably receive an auto-generated email saying this account is not active anymore, um, and they provide like an email account as well for newer appeals. All right, guys. So uh, I sent those to those lists of emails that I was able to get from ChatGPT, and I get a response. Says, "Thank you for your email. For your appeal, this email address no longer accepts incoming messages, and emails sent to this alias will not be reviewed by Amazon." I don't know if I forwarded that same appeal email that I sent to that initial list to the emails here highlighted. Um, but they're saying here, if your Amazon seller account has been deactivated in accordance with Section 3, and if you believe there has been an error, please submit an explanation to selling partner action review at amazon.com. Your explanation should include the following information: evidence or examples that demonstrate the refunds you have issued or requested by customers, evidence that you have sufficient funds in your account to cover the cost of refunds that you have issued. I don't know what that's about, but that's another email I guess you could use for the appeals. Um, and and that's it. I think that eventually led to having someone reviewing the account, looking at the process that I went through, and realize that I sourced my items that received that inauthentic complaint, and they saw that it's a legit um, supplier, and I have legit documentation, and I have a legit operation. I provided all the information that um, would prove that. And now I'm back. I'm preparing my first box to send to FBA, and the items um, that were put in, I guess they call it reserve, are now available, and I've sold some items again, uh, and I was able to get the initial funds that was stuck deposited in my account, and now I have a little bit of balance after those few sales of items, and the Amazon seller account kind of looks different now. I don't know, between when my account got deactivated, maybe they released new features, changed the seller central a little bit, but it's like they might be undergoing different things in Amazon. Well, I guess Amazon's always doing things different, making hopefully making improvements. Um, but I thought they were like, we don't need third party sellers anymore. But it looks like they still do need third party sellers. They're just trying to make sure that those fake businesses that try to trick Amazon are weeded out. So, it's a win win for everyone, for third party sellers, for Amazon, and for customers, and for the suppliers we source our items from. Um, Amazon is a great company. They've built their reputation, and this is a process that I guess we just have to go through for the good of everyone. And I know it's painful. I know it's not an easy process to deal with, but I've showed you my experience and how you can get past through that endless cycle of you sending your appeal, sending information, trying to say, "Oh, my bad," I'll try to do good, even though you didn't do bad, you sourced properly, but just because someone said it's inauthentic, that you had to go through that horrible experience.